So now that Congress has passed this Epstein Files bill, the question is being asked, is the Department of Justice actually going to release all of the Epstein files? The answer is maybe a bit more complicated than you might think. President Trump signs this bill. When that happens, the Department of Justice, by law, will have 30 days, and they will be compelled legally to release all of the files. But just today, the Attorney General Pam Bondi got questions 3 times relating to whether they're going to release all the files, and this was her answer.
We have released over 33,000 Epstein documents to the Hill, and we'll continue to follow the law and to have maximum transparency.
So not exactly a yes or a no, just saying we will follow the law. There are some questions about whether the DOJ is going to actually open up a new investigation related to Jeffrey Epstein and this case. President Trump has called for one, he says specifically for Democrats who associated with Epstein. If there's a new investigation that's opened up, could that be a pretense for the DOJ to withhold documents and not release them because they're part of a new investigation? That is a scenario that is entirely plausible. But there is a measure within the bill that just passed that seems to prevent that. Congressman Thomas Massie spoke about how if there's an attempt made to hide documents under the guise of a new investigation, that their bill should override that. There's also a question of how willing is this White House to actually compel the DOJ to release these files. It is true that President Trump didn't have to wait for Congress to pass any bills. He could ask the DOJ right now to release all of these files. He could have done so last week or last month or even before that, and so far that hasn't happened. So that has also led to some lawmakers and even some Epstein survivors to question whether this is going to happen an easy way or whether it's going to be a bit more difficult of a process for them to try to force the release of these files.